It seems that James and John could use a lesson in manners. They come off as insensitive and entitled when they ask to be seated next to Jesus when he comes into his glory. What's more, they even make their request on the heels of Jesus predicting his suffering and death. But before we judge these brothers too harshly, let's think about ourselves. Chances are, we've all started many a prayer time with a wish list that reflects their words. We want you to do for us whatever we ask of you. Of course, there's nothing wrong with asking for what we want, but throughout the Gospels, Jesus makes it clear that being his follower also means being ready to serve other people. It means putting aside our selfish desires and our tendency to put our interests before the interests of others, and asking the Lord how he wants us to give of ourselves. And that's what James and John ended up doing after Jesus' resurrection. They dedicated their whole lives to proclaiming the gospel and building up the church. At first glance, being a servant doesn't usually seem appealing. It's only when we remember how much Jesus loves us that our hearts begin to soften. It's as we recall that we were created to give him glory by reflecting his own generosity and kindness. The simple truth is that the more we give of ourselves, the more Christ-like we become. We grow in holiness. We become more peaceful, more contented, and even more joyful. Probably the best way to look at our call to serve is to look at Jesus. He is the perfect model of what a life of service looks like. We can ask him, "How can I serve you today, Lord?" If the opportunities before you seem mundane, like making a meal for your family or taking an elderly parent to a doctor's appointment, remember Jesus' great promise. Whatever you did for one of these least brothers of mine, you did for me. Every opportunity to care for someone else is another opportunity to meet Jesus. Lord, help me desire to serve you and your people above all else.